my name is Ripper, and today I have this AverMedia Lite Gamer Portable Lite Game Capture card with me, and I'm going to unbox this card for you guys, and I'm going to show you what exactly this card is. So basically, a game capture card is a hardware device which is used to record your gameplays, your walkthroughs, right from your PC or your gaming consoles, or you can also live stream all of your gameplays right to the YouTube or Twitch with this card, and you don't have to worry about the performance loss at your CPU, because this is actually an independent hardware device which would be responsible for gameplay recording and encoding and live streaming right into your YouTube account, and you would have a flawless and seamless gameplay. You don't have to worry about the recording and all this stuff, and you would have literally a nearly 100% lag-free gaming experience. So this card is really great. This device is really good for all those YouTubers and gamers who have a YouTube gaming channel like me, and you upload walkthroughs and all those things. So this is really a great piece of hardware for you guys. So and one thing I would like to know you guys, because I'm from India actually, so no any gamer, not even any store or local shop know what exactly a game capture card is, because there is no any kind of friend right here in India about the game capture card. So I have to order this card right from the Amazon.com, not from the Amazon.in, it's from the Amazon.com, and precisely it actually comes from USA. I think it's from Chicago. So if you're in India and if you want to have this card, you can get this card from the link which is in the description down there, and you can actually see what would happen to your package if you ordered it from Amazon.com. What would happen to your package if it comes from USA, far from your country? You can see the package itself. It's actually so dirty, but it doesn't matter to me a lot because it's okay. It's coming from a lot far away. Okay, so I'll talk about before we start, one thing that I would like to know about you guys, because I ordered it from the Amazon.com. It actually cost me much more than that. It's around $89 or something like $90, but it actually cost me around $180 because of the import and the custom and all those fees and taxes. So I would like to talk about the specification and all those single details later on, but before any delay, let's head on to the unboxing, because actually I'm a great fan of unboxing and the packaging. So let's get okay. So let's get this thing, all of this thing aside. Okay, so here we have the AverMedia game capture card. If you can see it. Okay, can you see this? It's AverMedia game capture card. It works with Windows 10. It records in Full HD 180p, and it says AverMedia Capture HD GL310, which is the model of this card. And it's one click on capture card, and you can see it has specifications at the side and configuration. It has some basic details which I'm going to explain you all those things in detail, and yeah, it's really simple box and there's anything okay, so let's open this box. Okay guys, so here we have, as you can see, the packaging is really tight. It's so packed, even there's not even a single room, there's not even a free space. Okay, so what do we have, what do we got in the box? We have this AverMedia card itself. Just put it right here, and in the box we have the HDMI cable. I think no, it's not it. Yeah, it's I'm sorry, it's not HDMI cable. It's your power cable, a USB power cable, and in the box we have I think it's okay. So I got this manual in the box. It's in English and it's in the Francis. Okay, so what do we have? Okay, so basically the manual says about how to connect your capture card to your consoles or your PC and all those things. Okay, so give this thing aside, the box. Okay, so let's talk about the design first. On the top of the card, you will see the AverMedia branding and the AverMedia capture card right here, and this is actually a hotkey. Or so if you're playing your game, if you're playing your video game, and if you just want to capture any of your walkthrough, you just have to press this button once and it'll start recording. You'll get an LED notification right here. So it's a really handy and it's really great. So it's totally under your control. So just click once here and start recording, and just click once again and stop recording. So this is really an amazing features. In the car, you don't have to go into the software or press any other keys and click on somewhere else. You can just switch record your gameplay right from your gameplay. Or at the side you will have this HDMI slots for the video in and the video out, and the audio slots. And here you have the power slot, so that USB cable would be responsible for providing power to your capture card. And at the back you would have a simple AverMedia branding and some details. And this is really soft pad, rubber pad right here. So trust me, this card and the design of this card and the build quality specifically is really amazing. Even if you hold this card in your hand, it looks so sturdy and so smooth, and all these things are polished. Even this, the front is a little bit scratchy or something. It's really looks very premium to me. And even if you look at the design itself is really slick. It's so light. It's nearly about 170 grams. So that's really okay. So that's all about the design itself. Let's talk about the specification of this card. So basically the interface of this card is USB 2.0. This is actually USB 2.0, and the video and audio input is HDMI. The resolution supported by this it supports a huge range of resolution. It starts from 640 by 480 60p to 1920 by 180p. And one thing you people have to keep that one thing in mind, that it will record your gameplay recording up to 60 fps if you're recording all of your videos in 720p. If you change your resolution to 180p, then it will be recording your videos and gameplay in 30 fps at the speed of 60 Mbps. Just keep in mind, it will not record your videos in 60 fps. So that is one thing you should have to notice, that if you're a kind of person who's playing video games and creating walkthroughs and you're doing a lot of editing and stuff, then you might need to have a videos recorded in the 60 fps, because if you have a video in 60 fps, that will give you a very good if you have many FPS, then it will be good for you to editing. You can go by frame and you can edit your videos and do a lot of other stuff. So there's one thing you should have to keep that in. And if you talk about the codec inside, the hardware supported by this card, it's S264 encoder, which will be responsible for encoding your gameplays and encode them with lesser storage size. So that's one other thing. And yeah, that's all about the specification. And if you talk about the software which is coming with this card to capture your gameplays, it's AverMedia RE Central, and it's for Mac as well. So if you have a Mac or Windows, it doesn't matter, it would be universal to all of them. So that's one of the good things with this card. Okay, so let's talk about the features of this card, what you will get in this card if you buy this card with any other cards. Okay, so the feature would be, this card is I would say this card is actually very flexible, and I would say this card is actually supports a lot of different consoles. Like it can be work with your PS3, it can work with your PS4 or Xbox One, or it can also work with your PC. So if you have this card and if you're a pro gamer and if you're uploading a lot of videos on your YouTube and or every single game which comes in the market and you're uploading it on the YouTube, then this is really a very important device for you, because you must have to upload all of your videos in 60 fps or 30 fps. You must have a very smooth gameplay. So if you don't want to put a bit of your load at your CPU, then you must have this device. That's really important for you. So this card is really good because it can work with every other consoles. Now let's talk about the performance, I should say. This card, I would say, it does not put any of the load on the CPU, and the video game recording with this card, it's actually flawless and nearly about 100% lag free. It's smooth, and I would say this card, it really does the job that why it's made for. You would not have any single problem with this card because it really does the job. It will capture your gameplay without any problem. It's amazing. It's really smooth and flawless. You don't have to worry about the performance of this card. It really does work. Now let's talk about the efficiency. As I said, it's really efficient because it does not provide any, does not put any load on your CPU. It's independent to your CPU. You just have to click on this and start its own process in this card. So you don't have to worry about the CPU. You just click on it and start playing video game. So efficiency is really good, and it does not require any huge power source to work. It would work only with your USB. So that's another very good point with that. You can also use your power bank if you have to power your card. Yeah, but that wouldn't work in this card, because if you have AverMedia Live Gamer Portable, that would have SD card right here, so you can power your card with the power bank, and all the video games will be stored in your SD card. But because it don't have SD card, so this will not work with your power bank. I'm sorry, you need to connect this USB with your computer. Okay, so let's talk about the share feature. It's one of the features of this card. If you're a Twitch user or a YouTube, then you don't have to configure all those things. You just have to click on this button, and RE Central would have the details of your Twitch account or your YouTube account. You just start clicking on it, and it will start streaming all of your videos right to your YouTube. So this card also supports a voice commentary. So if you're having a Let's Play series, or you're having a walkthroughs and you want to have your own commentary, then this card can also record your commentary with the walkthrough. That's really another good feature of this card. And it also have a feature called time shift. So if you're playing video games and if you just miss something, if you want to get back to your previous state, so because you don't want to lose any of your gaming moments, so it has a time shift kind of feature, so you can get back to your gameplay footage and you still have that footage. So that's another. Let's talk about the pros and cons of this device. Okay, so the pros of this card, that this card is the most affordable card you would get to record your gameplays video. So if you even go for the AverMedia Live Gamer Portable, that would cost around $120 or $130. But this card is really $89. I'm not actually including the custom and import fees, because nobody will buy this card in India. It's people from US and Canada buy these things. So it will cost you around $90, which is not that much. But this is probably one of the best cards among all the other game capture cards in the market. You can compare this card to Elgato and the higher version of the Elgato, but except the thing that it cannot record in 60 fps. So it's really affordable. It does not use so much power. That's another pros of this card. And now let's talk about the cons. Yeah, and one of the more pros that I would like to say about this card is it's really sleek and it looks really great. It can easily fit into your pocket and you can go anywhere. Okay, now let's talk about the cons of this card. That it does not have a lot of good editing capabilities in that software which is provided with the card, the ARRI Central. So one thing that I have missed, that it does not have a lot of editing thing, which is very often and really necessary for all the YouTubers and video gamers, that because they need to edit your video. So I expect that if you're providing us a card to record a video, then you should also provide us a very good editing software or decent things like. So that is one of the cons with this card, and also the biggest con that it does not have any SD card feature. So all of your videos will be recorded directly right into your computer. So and why I'm saying this is a con, because if you're kind of person who used to travel to different places, and if you're very remote, or you're playing video games at different locations, then you might have to carry your laptop, you might have to carry your this USB, you might have to carry your HDMI cable with you guys, so you can connect this card with your friends or any other computer or laptop, so then you would capture your gameplays. So that is the concept of this card, which is not in the AverMedia Lite Gamer Portable. If you buy that card, you would have an SD card right there, so it would be totally portable. You don't have to carry your laptop, which is quite heavy. So that is a great con of this card. But if you're kind of a video gamer, that you would have a PS3, you would have a PS4, an Xbox One, and PC right there in your room, and you're not going anywhere to play a video game, all of your consoles is at the one place. So this would do the job. You don't need any portable kind of OSD stuff, because you're at one place and you have to record all of your stuff with the computer. So this thing is good if you have set up one of your gaming stuff or your gaming rig at one place. So that is all about the pros and cons. So now let's talk about the conclusion. So I would like to say this: if you are a decent gamer, and if you're not relocating yourself to play a game, and you would like to record all of your videos every time, then this card will do the job. This have all the features. Even there is no any kind of difference between the AverMedia, this one, and the Lite Gamer Portable, except the SD card feature. So if you're not relocating, then this can do the trick. Or if you're more portable, if you're going different places and you don't want to carry your laptop, then go for the AverMedia Lite Gamer Portable. So if you people have any questions, any queries, just write that down in the comment sections, or you can message me. Or if you want to buy this card, you can buy this card in the description down there as well. And also I'll be uploading a complete testing or footage of this AverMedia game capture card, so you people can see how it can actually record all of the videos and gameplays. So I hope to see you in my next video about the testing of this card, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye bye.